Spanish Pills, Episode 23. Hey my friends, what's up? I hope you are really fine with your loved ones and welcome to this free conversation of Pastillitas de Español. This is the full English version. You can find the Spanish version of this episode to practice your listening. Today I'm gonna be talking about a tragedy that happened in a Peruvian city called Yungay. Let's check this out.
Una luz sepultó la ciudad de Yungay. Sobre esa tragedia y sus sobrevivientes trata este impresionante informe. Veámoslo.
Yungay was a Dominican monk's place, a thriving city where trade abounded and with a big future. The houses were luxury with a Baroque style. It had huge yards, corridors and gardens. Its streets were huge, beautiful and really clean. All seemed a perfect and colorful place to visit or move in. Near to the main square, families and foreign visitors used to walk around and enjoy the sunny days every Sunday. All was like that until a horrible Sunday that could change many people's destiny. May 31st, 1970. The Mexican World Cup began. It was 3:25 p.m. and every people was at home. They were really excited watching Peru participating there. Apparently, it would be a festive day, when suddenly everything began to shake more and more strongly. Villagers' happiness began to change, turning into screams and laments when they felt the moves, each time more intense. A 7.9 earthquake on the Richter scale shook many places in the Peruvian region. The most affected area was the city of Ancash, located in the north of the capital city. Many houses began to collapse, injuring people around and causing chaos. There were many human and material losses in different areas of Peru, such as Lima, Huánuco, La Libertad, and of course, Ancash. Approximately 700 people died because of the earthquake, leaving thousands of people injured. However, the place that got the worst of it after the earthquake was the city of Yungay.
¿Usted dónde vive? Ahora.
Yo ahora no tengo mi casa. Toda mi casa se ha acabado. He tenido que junto al obispo.
While in other places, the terror after the earthquake had passed, for Yungay citizens and visitors, hell had just begun. Due to the telluric movement, a piece of the Huascaran mountain fell off. Then, that piece mixed with water from a near lagoon, turning into mud that approached the city of Yungay, burying it completely and taking many lives of the villagers who were still in shock after the earthquake and killing them instantly.
Yo entré a apagar mi cocina cuando que estaba calmando el temblor, el terremoto, cuando ya acabó de derrumbar las casas. Encontré toda mi cocina tapada con adobes, con todo. Pude meter la mano así, apagué mi cocina, con la misma salté y ya lo sentí que venía como tamaño del cielo, todo negro, luto, pero como sonaba. Entonces dije, volverá el terremoto. Pero no era terremoto, venía como candela, arenilla con aire, un aire pero atroz. Ahí nomás ya me encontré con las vecinas, me dijeron vamos a perdonarnos, hoy nos terminamos, hoy es el fin del mundo, diciéndome abrazar. Ahí nomás ya me quedé yo.
One of the few
Ya no pude
places
ni
that
dar
could
dónde
resist
caminar
the
porque la
disaster
nerviosidad
was a
me temblaba.
cemetery, and it is still intact as if time had not passed. At its top, the figure of Christ the Redeemer stands out, and on the day of the tragedy, 90 citizens were visiting the cemetery and were able to escape unharmed. People in the city whom God saved only had 45 seconds to run away. Some people made it. Others stayed home hugging their family, waiting for the disaster to pass. Days before the tragedy, the Tirolima circus arrived in the city and settled on the top of the Atma Hill. That afternoon, 100 children went to the circus and managed to save themselves from dying. As they went home, they found nothing but desolation, and they could never find their relatives. These homeless children would later be adopted by foreign families. A such delegation of mountaineering, made up of 15 people, had arrived a month before to conquer the top of the Huascarán mountain. They were received by the population with joy, without knowing that they would be the first victims of the tragedy.
Uno de ellos, en una de las salidas, se cae uno, desliza sobre una piedra, se cae de una altura de 30 metros y al instante se mata.
A bad sign of their visit began when one of the members died after falling from a height of 30 meters. The rest of the team, somewhat discouraged, was about to return to their country, but they felt the support of the population and continued to want to climb. After the disaster, they had no chance to escape to safety and were killed instantly. To this day, their bodies are still buried there. Call never came. In just 4 minutes, the city was buried under the mud. The mud buried many hopes and dreams of a town that one day may have been a prosperous and successful city. More than 25,000 people died, and only 300 people, one bus, one statue, and 4 palm trees were saved. Survivors are still living with the trauma of that tragic afternoon, as they lost everything they loved.
Pero yo pienso, por ratos, pienso que ellos no han muerto. Como no los he visto ni siquiera el cadáver, pienso que están en otro sitio y que algún día nos encontraremos.
Después de 25 años.
De repente, ¿no? Porque yo a veces pienso, digo, estoy en mi casa sentada, toca la puerta y entra mi mamá. ¡Uy, qué lindo sería!
Currently, the ghost town has been turned into a cemetery, which is not given much maintenance, and the few residents who still live around hope that one day their loved ones will appear and it was all a bad dream. They live in small houses that are not even the shadow of the prosperous city once called Yungay Hermosura. Well, that's it for today's podcast. And remember, you can find the Spanish version of this podcast in my episode list. Please subscribe to this channel and you can find me on Instagram as Pastillita de Español. I upload content daily. Follow me so you won't miss it. As well, you can find me on other podcast platforms. I'm Luis Mitiar, and it has been a pleasure to be with you on this episode. I'll be grateful if you join me to the next episode and share this podcast with your friends. Take care and see you soon. Bye!